Hello everyone, I have a latest movie review for you. Today was a special day. I got to see almost a month earlier, and even weeks before it actually premieres at the TIFF Film Festival. Never been there before, but I hear it's a lot of fun and really expensive. So the film we saw today, I actually saw it with my good friend Scott Menzel from We Live Film, Daniel Rester from We Live Film, and of course Scott's lovely wife Ashley, who is also from We Live Film. Anyway, so the film is called Pride, and I saw this trailer, I've seen this trailer twice now in the theater, and that just happened like within the last month, and so I wasn't aware of this story at all, though, you know, I've heard stories about this and inspirational stories. When I saw the trailer, you kind of like, oh, this looks like it's a good movie, but it looks like it's going in the same direction as most of these inspirational stories go. But this one is actually centered in 1984 in London and the surroundings around it, because it involves a gay and lesbian group called the Lesbian and Gay Support Minor Group. Something like that, whatever. Whatever. So the gist of this movie is that the minors in this small town are suffering because of their union and striking because of the pay and the benefits they're probably not getting at the time. And there's a lot of strife and a lot of bad stuff going on. So the gay and lesbians of that time living in London are kind of like understanding what these people are going through, because they've gone through the same problems, they've gone through the same issues with people judging them and bullying them and the government not accepting them and people not accepting them in general. So what they try to do is they try to not think of themselves and think of others and say, we're going to support these minors, we understand kind of what they're going through, and we're going to raise money and all this stuff. So there's this big huge culture clash going on in here, and there's a lot of other stuff that's going on in this film. This movie stars a lot of people. I'm not going to try and name off a bunch of names. There's a lot of actors and actresses I've never seen before in my entire life, and then there's ones that I've seen like Amelia Swatton, Bill Knightley, Dominic West, Patty, the guy from In America, great actor, has been working in the business forever, love him to death. There's a lot of other people that I can't remember at this time right now, but the cast is a pretty impressive cast. Yeah, I was very excited about this movie, and I'm glad we had a chance to see it. I want to thank Zachary Marsh, of course, for getting this into the screen in the first place, and then we got better seats thanks to my friend Scott, but we'll go into that later. Anyways, so there's a lot of thanks for that. But anyways, was this movie good? That's the point. That's the point. Was this movie good? Is this movie worth seeing? Is this movie worth going to TIFF or going to any kind of film festival and checking it out, and then especially when it gets released? I have to say, strong yes. The film has its issues. Yes, there are tropes that the film follows, inspirational stuff we kind of see. I almost felt like this was an R-rated look at maybe how Disney would approach this story. Because, you know, I've seen sports stories like this where, you know, if people are having issues, they're not accepting each other just because they're different, maybe they're a different color or something like that. So we've got all these kind of cliches that we see this film in. I think if people have a problem with that, I think you can look past all those problems, because there is rich character development. There's humor in here that comes off genuine, and you sympathize with the characters. Whether you agree with what's going on in this movie or not, I think you can sympathize with the people's points of view and their characters, and you can understand them, and you care about them, because I think these characters were fleshed out to a point. There's a lot of characters to get to know in this movie, so it can be bogged down. If maybe one character is annoying or you don't care about them. Luckily, everybody that's kind of put in this movie, I gave a damn about them. I really, literally liked them and enjoyed them for what they represented. And I was very moved by this movie, and I felt at times I was being manipulated by some music or a scene where it laid out, and I wasn't bothered by that, because I really enjoyed this film. Yeah, I can't ignore the problems that it has, some issues that have happened. Again, that's not really worth talking about. It's almost kind of like nitpicking. Yeah, it follows the same kind of story structure, even though this is a true story, and I would like to see this done in maybe a documentary form, because I think this story is very timely, and it's a story that I've never heard about in America, and all this stuff about people not accepting other people and stuff like that. And so it's really nice to see a movie like this and be reminded that we are, in the end, we are all human beings struggling, whether we're gay or straight. We can all come together, and we can kind of forget our differences for a time and try and build each other when people are trying to bring us down. And I think that's the ultimate message of the movie, and I was quite moved by that. I'm always a sucker for that. I'm always a sucker for inspirational stories, even if maybe the camera work's not that great, or the dialogue's not that great. But luckily in this case, the camera work is really, really well made. The dialogue is natural. Everybody seems like they gel really well, and you get to know some of the other inhabitants of the town that's going through this miners' strike right now, and you really like all of them, and they don't really feel like stereotypes. They don't. Some might disagree, but that's fine. For me, they didn't feel like stereotypes. They felt like real people that I was getting to know for the real moment, and I was quite moved by the story, having not known about this at all. So I highly recommend the film. Yes, it has its problems, it has its issues, but I feel like if I just dwell on them, then I'll forget all the happiness that this movie actually made me feel, and all the characters and all the. I like the things where people are, you know, they have their differences and they're trying to battle them out, and they're slowly trying to accept each other at the same time as they do have those issues. How much time do I have?
6 minutes.
I'm on 6 minutes? All right, everyone. Yeah, so I really highly recommend this film, and when it does come out in the middle of September, and I hope that you enjoyed as well. Let me know what you thought of Pride. I think it's a well-made film and something worth supporting and checking out. And again, I love these. I'm a sucker for inspirational stories like these, whatever the subject's about. You know, battling the man for a better cause. So in the end, I'm going to give Pride a solid 3 stars out of 4. I'm MovieManCHAD. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook. And please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film. Please also go to Long Beach Acting and Film Association right here on Facebook and Twitter. Please also go to MoviePilot.com, and if you've enjoyed this video review, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. I really enjoy doing this, and it's fun to talk about movies, and I'd like to find out what you think about this movie. If you've seen it or not, please comment down below. But again, subscribe to my channel, and I wish you a happy day, a wonderful night, and a wonderful life, and I'll see you at my next movie review. Bye, everyone. Peace be with you, my friends.